An unknown mystical force is trying to strangle a little girl. Where did the killer poltergeist come from? Don't miss out! The psychics will uncover a horrifying family secret. Welcome to Psychic Investigation, a project of true and astonishing story. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate intricate criminal cases and enigmatic mystical phenomena. This little girl's name is Nastya. She is 5 years old. Her mother is worried about her life because the girl suffers from unexplained choking attacks.
She starts coughing to the point where she turns bluish. She just can't breathe in or out.
Doctors can't explain the cause of Nastya's choking. X-rays, ultrasounds, and other tests have not revealed any pathologies.
I can't say that it's asthma, an allergy, or a cardiovascular problem.
Little Nastya is being treated for one thing or another all the time. Meanwhile, the attacks are becoming more frequent. Moreover, Olena has recently started having nightmares. She sees her Nastya die.
In my dream, my daughter fell. She jumped from a 9-story building, and I stood there watching her fall and crash next to me.
Olena would not have attached such importance to this dream if at the age of 20 the woman had not seen the death of her mother in a dream, and soon after, her mother died.
My mom reassured me, saying that if someone dies in a dream, it means they will live a long life. I never could have imagined that my mom would die so early.
Olena's mother was only 44. She died of breast cancer.
Cancer could have been causing symptoms while spreading. But there were no symptoms at all. It happened just like that.
Doctors couldn't save Olena's mother, and now they are at a loss over her daughter. In desperation, the woman wrote us a letter, pleading for help. Clairvoyant Olena Kurilova and British medium Anna Galliers take on the case.
Imagine, some entity attacked me last night. It started choking me. Here, look, see the marks on my neck?
My goodness.
They were gone by the morning. I took this photo right after the entity left.
Could the entity that choked you be the same that's tormenting Nastya? When I worked with the photo, I saw the girl lying in her bed, and next to her stood a gray, semi-transparent figure. It wasn't alive. It was a spirit, and it grabbed her with its icy hands and choked her.
When I tried to understand what was happening to the girl, I had a strange vision. I saw a woman with long, dark hair. She was sitting in a chair completely naked, and her eyes were glassy, like those of a doll. The woman was dead. Behind her stood a man. He brushed her hair and then put a dress on her and carried her to bed.
Could it be a maniac?
I don't know yet. But the death of that woman is somehow connected to what is happening to the girl.
While I was on the train, I had a dream about a gypsy woman. She told me a strange phrase. When you see a house into which a train enters, remember that he who paints saints holds the secret.
Let's go. The girl is waiting for us.
Hello.
I'm Olena, and this is Nastya.
Can we come in? Your mom worries about you.
Yes, and I worry about Mom.
Olena is raising her daughter alone. The girl's father left the family and shows no interest in his daughter's fate. Olena says she worked as an advertising agent, but due to Nastya's illness, she had to quit her job.
I'm all alone. I have no one to turn to and no one to help me.
Apart from her daughter, Olena has no one left, and she is terribly afraid of losing her.
What's happening to you isn't related to this place. Tell me, did you live somewhere else before? And did the same thing happen to the girl there?
It's always been like this. These spasms started one night 4 years ago.
As the girl got older, the fits became more frequent and lasted longer.
I'd like to consult the cards, but for this I need a table. You're afraid for yourself and for little Nastya. I had a feeling of someone or something nearby, and it was pressing.
I woke up and just couldn't breathe in or out. It was like a lump in my throat.
These are dark forces that can drag you to the other side. Your fear is justified.
Look at the flame, please. I'm having a vision. I see a picture. Someone very strange is looking at me from the picture, but the picture isn't here. Not in this apartment.
A yellow building. I look out the window and see a street paved with cobblestones. And I feel emptiness. There's emptiness under the floor.
It's an arch. It's my other apartment, the one I inherited from my mother.
Olena sold the apartment where she lived with her mother.
I wasn't comfortable there alone.
At that moment, I saw the image of Olena's mother. She was spinning around, casting glances sideways, as if she were trying to find someone. And then a vortex formed around her, and it pulled her into the ground. In this way, she probably wanted to show me that something had taken her to the other side. Let's go to that place. Your mom needs to go with us, okay?
Baby, you go to Aunt Oksana's, will you?
Is this your window?
Yes.
Let's go upstairs.
The psychics couldn't enter the apartment, however. The owners weren't home, and no one opened the door.
Olena, look. Who is that woman walking back and forth?
A woman?
Yes, she has long dark hair. She's so pale, I recognized her. It was the same dead woman from the vision I had the other day. I see a woman. Behind her stands a man. He brushed her hair. Why is the woman pointing her finger at me? My God! It hurts. The spirit stabbed me with something sharp, and I felt his cold breath behind me. I realized that the woman's spirit appeared to warn me about the attack of another spirit. The man standing behind me. I couldn't see him, but I felt that his energy was familiar. It was the same spirit that had choked me at night. It was the same spirit that choked Olena and Nastya, but who was he?
Wait. When I touched Olena's hand, I immediately had a flash. It's a cemetery, graves, and a black candle in hand. She's at the cemetery. Her mom is at the cemetery. What was her name? Larissa?
Larissa.
She performed a ritual. She wanted to improve her love life because it wasn't going well after she divorced your father.
Mom went to a fortune teller who said, "You have been cursed with a wreath of loneliness." She made a candle and said, "Burn it where cemetery paths cross." She said to burn the candle there and leave without looking back.
But she looked back.
Mom said she didn't. She said she heard sounds behind her, but she didn't look back.
She was being tossed around the cemetery.
Yes, she couldn't find her way out. She turned the wrong way and started to wander.
And then I understood what Larissa's spirit was trying to tell me when we were in the first apartment. Do you remember I said that Larissa's spirit was looking around? and then a vortex formed around her. She didn't understand where the entrance or the exit was. When you're spinning, you automatically turn around. She was spun around, like in a black vortex, a cemetery black portal. All these evil spirits and entities came and attached to her. She brought the spirit from the cemetery home with her. Communicating with otherworldly forces is always a risk, even for experienced psychics. But the spirit that Mom brought from the cemetery had already taken its sacrifice. Something else is coming now.
Olena, look, there are tracks here. Trains used to run here.
They used to bring stones here to avoid carrying them.
Do you remember your vision about the train entering the house?
When you see a house into which a train enters, remember that he who paints saints holds the secret.
Who is the man who paints saints? And what secret does he hold?
It might be my father. He was an artist.
As it turned out, Olena's father decorated churches.
For some reason, the father is being hidden. I can't see him.
He died. That's all I know.
Olena's parents divorced when she was 8 years old. The man was fanatically jealous of his wife, beat her, and abused alcohol. In the end, he drank himself to death.
The father took some secret to the grave with him, and his spirit wouldn't make contact. Let's stand here, please. I will recite. Images should come. Quiet. Hold her.
Olena faints. The psychics are scared.
Careful, my darling.
I feel lightheaded. It got suddenly dark. It felt like the ground just slipped from under my feet and...
This is where you're being drawn to. I need to consult the cards. The card of the future. The road is open. All right, these are the gate, the holy gate, the place of death under the falling tower. I don't understand these places, but if we find this place, there's the solution, the key there.
I have no clue where it might be.
Let's go to the city center. There, I'll try to ask my pendulum for directions.
The city center is very close by, so a few minutes, the clairvoyants are there.
Can someone give me the map of the city? And can you tell me if there are 2 churches nearby?
There are 2 cathedrals nearby, Dormition and Dominican.
The Dormition and Dominican cathedrals, and in between them is the gate, the holy gate.
Let's go there.
The psychics go to the cathedrals. It's growing dark quickly.
Here is the holy gate, the place of death under the falling tower. This is somehow connected to your family.
Mom used to work here.
For many years, Olena's mother worked in this building as a newspaper editor. It's a city architectural landmark. It used to be a defensive fortress in the past. Now, the tower is open to tourists.
It's so cold in here, like in a crypt.
What is going on here?
Hello.
It's related to my mom. My mom worked here at the Architectural Bulletin.
Who?
Larisa Mikhaeva. She died, and after that, both my daughter and me have been experiencing strange things. So I reached out to the psychics, and they brought us here.
What you're doing is forbidden by religion.
We came here only to help this woman.
Even if your intentions are good, you can't come in here. Leave the premises.
Something is definitely going on in this tower, and these people are keeping a terrible secret. There's always noise, rumbling, and sounds of falling here.
The following day, our journalists found confirmation of the clairvoyant's words.
There are testimonies, including from the guard who watches over the tower. He often hears someone walk upstairs.
We found that guard. He asked not to show his face, but confirmed that mystical phenomena regularly occur in the tower at night.
There's an unrested spirit of a child here. I think it's a girl. I hear her crying.
You can't see it, it only knocks and cries like a little child.
A child was killed and buried in this building.
The girl was killed about 50 or 60 years ago. And it seems they were renovating something here and walled her up.
The building was renovated in the 50s, but there's no mention of a child's remains in the archives. However, this brave man, despite the prohibition from the management, shared information with us.
During the reconstruction, I can say that a dead child was found.
There was no funeral ritual. The body was simply thrown into a pit.
No wonder the spirit is furious. However, the girl's spirit was supposed to take revenge on her killer, not the people who found the body. I think her spirit is destroying everything here because she wants to be freed.
We've got to do it. But we had to perform the ritual at 2 in the morning.
The clairvoyants returned to the tower at 2 in the morning to perform the sacred ritual.
But at that moment, we still didn't understand what was bothering the mother and daughter.
Olena, there's blood on your wrist. Who cut your wrist?
I don't want to speak about it.
You did it yourself.
Later, Olena admitted that she did cut her veins as a child.
I can say that my dad could hit me and yell at me, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I was 14 years old then.
What was his name?
Serhi.
He tormented and mentally oppressed you.
He hated me for some reason. Maybe it was because I refused to accept his girlfriend. I mean his lover.
After divorcing Olena's mother, her father found a much younger concubine. She caused the rift between him and his daughter.
I see the man holding a knife. He murdered someone and was punished for that.
He did his time for a murder.
His victim was a woman, his lover.
This is just a nightmare. The man left his wife, tormented his only daughter, and then killed his lover.
What I saw in my vision the other day, the dead woman with long hair, she's the woman Olena's father killed.
They argued over something, and he stabbed her in the stomach 5 or 7 times. Afterward, he washed and dressed her. And when Grandpa came to wake him, he found her cold and stiff.
I saw a man behind the woman brushing her hair.
Tell me, please. Was she related to gypsies?
Yes, she was.
It turns out that Anna and I saw the same woman in our visions. The gypsy woman who appeared in my dream was the lover of Olena's father. Do you know who's choking you?
No.
Your father?
Why is he doing that? Is it because I didn't bury him?
Did you refuse to bury him?
Yes, I did. I even have no idea where he's buried. Absolutely nothing.
He's unforgiven. He didn't receive your forgiveness.
When he got out of prison, he called me. He just asked for a meeting so we could talk.
However, Olena never forgave her father for what he did to her as a child, and her mother's unhappiness in life, and then her death. She didn't go to the meeting.
I hold a grudge because I didn't have the family I dreamed about.
Soon after, the man died.
I was on my way to work and I got a call from the police. They asked, "Do you know Serhi?" I said yes, and they said, We found him, and he's dead.
This is the cause of your fits. Your father's spirit desperately needs your forgiveness because he's suffering greatly in the afterlife.
It turned out that it was after her grandfather's death that little Nastya's choking attacks began.
So what do I do now?
Forgive, let go, and forget your grudge. We'll send him off and lay him to rest. Close your eyes. Look at the candle flame. Remember the grievances that were there. Now I'll tie them up. Step over it with your right foot and walk to the van without looking back. What did you forgive him for?
For all the grievances he caused, for hitting me, for everything.
Otherworldly revenge. Why is a woman burying the men she loves? Don't miss out. The psychics are going to unveil a treacherous conspiracy and a terrible murder. Tetiana Prosi from Ukraine is asking the clairvoyants for help. Being 48, the woman has already buried 4 husbands, for which she has been nicknamed a Black Widow.
I wore black headscarf constantly, never taking it off.
All Mom's husbands die young and under unbelievable circumstances.
A short circuit, carbon monoxide poisoning, a heart attack, and pneumonia. All of Tetiana's husbands died abruptly shortly after they started living with her. Now, her daughter Oksana is afraid of her also, claiming that after Tetiana moved in to live with her, her husband and little son found themselves in danger. First, Oksana's husband had a serious car accident.
It was an awful car crash. His car fell from the bridge. He had all his bones broken, and he spent a long time in the hospital.
After that, the man almost died at a train station. Oksana got distracted for a brief moment, and when she looked back, she saw him fall unconscious in front of the incoming train.
I turned my head and saw him lying on the track.
But when Oksana's little son, Kirilo, began fainting suddenly in front of his mother, it was the last straw.
He turned bluish and stopped breathing for about a minute.
The parents immediately contacted the best doctors. However, nobody can explain the reason for the strange fits in the little boy. When they learned that the famous gypsy clairvoyant Rubina Tsibulska was going to visit their town, Tetiana and her daughter decided to ask her for help.
Rubina, hello.
Hello.
I really need your help. My husband and son are in grave danger.
Tell me, please, what's the boy's name?
Kirilo.
Your son suffers from bad dreams.
He often has nightmares. He wakes up terrified, and I have to calm him down.
He sees some kind of evil entity. But the worst thing is that it also haunts him when he's awake.
He saw some shadows, and he pressed himself to me, trembling. He was terrified.
When I tuned into you, Tetiana, I heard the words, Black Widow.
Yes. I've been to churches and tried different things. I don't even know who to ask for help from anymore.
I had a vision of a bloodied man. He was kneeling and there was a little girl next to him. And I felt the energy of a murder. But at the time, I decided not to hurry to make conclusions and figure it all out properly. To know what caused it all, I need to tune into all your husband's deaths. Do you have their photos?
Yes, I do.
This man, he's alive.
Yes, he's Oksana's father.
As it turned out, Oksana had 5 husbands. Only the first one is still alive. He's the father of Oksana.
He was saved by the unfaithfulness after which you decided to divorce him.
Yes, we divorced.
This man, he died first.
Yes, Ihor.
He loved you madly.
We were very happy, and with this man, I finally saw what it means to be a woman.
He died in your arms.
Yes.
When I tune into his death, I see a flash.
He was short-circuited while he was repairing a socket.
I hear him say, "You are mine and nobody else's."
He always told me, "If I die, don't marry anybody else. If you don't visit my grave, I'll haunt you at night, in your dreams." I've seen him. I felt him close to me, but when I woke up, I realized he wasn't there. I cried through the night.
So I thought it was Ihor's spirit that was taking away the men she chose after him. But then, why would he want to take your husband and son? I need to summon his spirit. Do you have any of his belongings?
No.
Can you at least show me the place where he died?
That house is no more, only the plot is left. That's all that's left of the site where he died.
The following day, Rubina's colleague, Yaroslava Fedorova, arrived in the town to help her with the investigation.
The cards told me the angel's words saved the demon. I wished I know who was who in this story.
After I worked with the photo yesterday, I had a dream. There was a woman in it. She was standing, half turned to me. I asked her, "Who are you?" She turned to me, and I saw she was dead. Her lips were distorted with some kind of terrible smile, covered with stitches. Hello?
Hello?
Hello. Could you please hold the cards? I had the cards of the murder, the bloodline, and deviant love. But back then, I couldn't even think what mystery Tetiana and her daughter were concealing from us. I need to tune in to Ihor better. Can we proceed into the yard?
Tetiana's husband, Ihor, died in this house. Ever since then, nobody has lived in it.
There's nothing left of the house.
Before you moved into the house, you had a long path.
Yes, it's true. I come from Moldova. I've lived in Ukraine since 1997. I came to Ukraine after my mom died. Igor was my next-door neighbor. This is how we met.
The woman comes from a big family, and she has 4 sisters. 3 of them moved from Moldova to Ukraine before she did, and then they convinced Tetiana to come too.
In this house, you embrace and kiss another man. It's not Ihor, but he looks a lot like him. He's his relative.
His brother.
Did you cheat on your husband with his brother?
After he died, his brother Andrei began paying me visits. He courted me, and he told me he would never let me go.
Do you mean you started dating his brother?
After he died, yes.
But immediately, after you became a couple, the man died.
Yes. He got pneumonia and died.
Does it mean Ihor is taking men because of your oath? I need to summon his spirit.
He's here. He loves you a lot. And he will never hurt you or your child. He's embracing you, saying, "Why didn't you hear me? I told you, but you didn't believe me." Ihor fell victim to this evil spirit, and before he died, he saw the evil spirit that came for him.
He said, "There she is sitting, dressed in white, but you can't see her."
It means Ihor and his brother, as well as all your further husbands, were taken away by a woman in white. But who is she?
He says, "You'll find the answer today on a poisoned man's grave. Who died from poisoning?
Alexander. He lit the fire in the stove and lied on top of it to sleep, but he breathed in the fumes and died by the morning.
Where is his grave?
He's buried in Bryansk.
But it's in Russia. While Ihor's spirit claims we're going to find the answer today. Did he probably mean someone else's grave? But where are we going to find it?
The grave. Is it nearby?
Yes, it's not far. Let's go there.
Several minutes later, the clairvoyants are at the local cemetery. They go to Ihor's grave.
I see a man in my mirror. He's dead. Lying in a room full of smoke, and there's a woman next to him. But she's still alive. You know her. She's your relative.
Maria, my sister.
She and her husband breathed smoke during a fire in their apartment. She survived, but the doctors barely revived her.
It's unimaginable. As it turned, Tetiana's sister Maria and her husband Anatoly turned on an electric fireplace. But in the middle of the night, a short circuit happened. The apartment was engulfed by smoke.
Anatoly died between 1 and 2 in the morning, and my sister breathed the smoke for 8 more hours.
Is Anatoly also buried here, next to Ihor?
Yes.
The Force is hunting men only.
And it's doing it out of revenge. It didn't kill your sister. And it made sure she would regain consciousness and know of her husband's funeral.
It's unbelievable. Tetiana's another sister, who was with Maria at the hospital, claims she came to on the very day of her husband's funeral.
She spent 3 days in a coma, and she came to when Anatoly was buried.
The cards told me that the husband of Tetiana's sister was another victim of the mysterious murderous spirit. The reason behind that was a family conspiracy. The sisters shared the secret of a mutilated body.
I think to understand everything, we need to work with your sister.
The clairvoyants and Maria agreed to meet at the place where she almost died.
I'm Irina. We're sisters.
I'm going to summon the spirit of the woman who took the lives of your Tetiana and Maria's husbands. The world of the dead, open up to us. A dead man emerged behind Irina.
I feel cold with my back.
Irina lost her husband too. All 3 sisters were widows.
We're all widows. We all have sons and grandsons, and we worry about them a lot.
You have 2 more sisters who are also widows.
Yes.
It turned out that these women's 2 sisters, Olena and Yevhenia, also lost their husbands while they were young. One died of leukosis in his wife's arms, and the other was beaten up to death in front of his home.
What did the 5 sisters do that the spirit from the other world wants to avenge on them so badly? And whose ghost is that? Yaroslava, I need your help. I want to feel who that woman is through you.
Rubina.
Rubina felt unwell.
Take the water.
I saw the woman and felt her pain. She had her face mutilated. Like this. She told me she was your mother.
A shocking revelation. Is the mother taking away her daughter's husbands?
Not only her face is covered in scars, but she looks like all her body was torn. It looks like her intestines were ripped and turned inside out. God, you all know who did this to her.
We do. Dad killed Mom.
And the murder was awfully brutal. It was terribly inhumane. He breaks her bones. Her body's all ripped.
Everything was inside out. Everything was ripped out of her body. Literally.
Mom was bleeding. He broke her arms and nose bridge. Her 9 ribs were broken.
My God, Oksana, you witnessed this.
Yes.
By that time, all the 5 sisters were married and lived separately. They only brought their children to their parents occasionally. 2 grandchildren, the 8-year-old Oksana and the 4-year-old Dimitro, witnessed the brutal murder their grandpa committed.
Mom was doing laundry. Dad began nagging her for something, so she told the kids to go outside. They obeyed, and then Oksana heard screaming inside the house, and she realized something awful was going on in there. She took Dimitru by his hand, and they ran together, calling for help, but there was nobody around.
After he did it, he took me by the hand and took us inside. And I saw a tear running down her cheek. And he told us, "Look what your grandma's doing." And I looked into her eyes and saw them go dim. And then I realized Grandma had died.
When I heard that Mom died, I hurried there. The children were standing by the stove, frozen and scared. The wife of my father's brother was with them.
He tormented her all her life, and you all knew it.
We did. Dad always told her, "Lydia, I'm going to kill you one day."
According to Tetiana, her mother was from Russia. She left her home and her family, and contrary to what they told her, moved to Moldova because she fell in love madly with the young man.
When Mom was pregnant, Dad beat her up so badly that she lost her baby, and it was born dead.
The poor woman wanted to escape from her tormentor. She hoped that one of her daughters would take her away from the hell she lived in. The woman was knocking on the door, but nobody would let her in.
You closed the door on your mother.
The woman wanted to live with one of her daughters, but none of them agreed. Eventually, she returned to her tormentor, who hurt her all her life. 2 weeks later, her husband brutally murdered her.
Your father wasn't punished properly for what he did. How long did he spend in prison?
3 years.
But his sentence was 5 years.
He was released on parole.
Your mother is telling me the short sentence was because of you. She's showing me a letter. You wrote that document?
Irina gave me $50, and my other sisters asked me to talk to the forensic expert to convince him to lay a charge for the murder only, so our father would get a shorter sentence.
It's hard to believe. The daughters bribed the forensic expert to make him conceal the facts, indicating that their father had been abusing their mother.
He was supposed to be sentenced under 3 articles of the criminal code as a sadist, maniac, and murderer, but he was only accused of the murder. Dad's sister and brother forced me to do it. They threatened me.
Why did you save him? He killed your mother.
We must be able to forgive. We can't choose our parents.
My hair stood on end, as the faked document wasn't the only thing the women did for their sadistic father. They made the only witness who could give evidence, the little Oksana, lie in the courtroom. She is the angel because of whose words the demon is free.
We did a wrong thing and gave false evidence. Mom told me what to say. I learned the text by heart and told the story so convincingly that even psychologists didn't think I lied.
How could you betray your mother?
This is incredible. But the sadist who killed the mother of his children so brutally is still alive. The man is now paralyzed and can't move or even eat without assistance. But thanks to his daughters, he's free.
To me, you totally deserve what's happening to you. I'm not going to do anything.
Yaroslava, please.
I won't do anything.
I'll kneel in front of you. Help my children and grandchildren.
Of course I didn't wish to return there, but I realized that those women's children and grandchildren, and Oksana, who was just a little girl back then, didn't have to suffer.
The point is that there is no ritual that could pacify a spirit after such a terrible thing was done to them. You're supposed to beg for forgiveness for years. We can only summon your mother's spirit, and then it's up to you what to tell her.
Mom, darling, forgive us for offending and betraying you. Forgive us, Mommy.
We failed to protect you, Mom. Please forgive us.
Forgive the stupid girls you gave birth to.
Grandma, I'm so sorry. The guilt has been gnawing at me throughout my life.
They sincerely repented. But you can't return the past and right the wrongs with rituals. You have 2 more sisters.
They must repent too for what they did. I don't know if the woman forgave her daughters for the betrayal. I can only say for sure that motherly love persists even after death. And I believe the woman really heard the apologies of her children, who once saved her murderer.
For the first time in the history of the project, an angel will ask the psychics for help. Who imprisoned the angel in the human world? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover a horrifying murder that shook the entire nation. This is Anna Vovkovich, an ordinary young woman from Western Ukraine. She has a wonderful family of a husband and 2 sons, but she is convinced that the ghost of her father lives with them in their home and is trying to drive her out of this world.
I saw a shadow. I started screaming. I didn't know what it was. My husband and kids were home, but I was afraid to get out of bed.
The phantom seemed to pass through the wall and go outside. As the only person to have seen it, Anna thought she was losing her mind. However, when she reviewed the surveillance camera recordings, she was simply astonished.
Here are the videos. This camera captured a gray spot. It looks like someone walking, and it's apparently not a human being.
And the following night, Anna had a nightmare.
I saw myself in a coffin. In that room, in the place where my father died, and where he was laid out for the wake, everything looked almost the same.
Anna is convinced that in that horrifying dream, her father showed her what awaited her in the near future.
I woke up in a cold sweat.
In the evening of the day after the ghost appeared, Anna had an awful car accident. All she can remember is the headlights of the oncoming car and a massive impact.
I was 7 months pregnant at that time. I hit my stomach on the steering wheel.
Anna was driving. We were carried for 20 meters before she turned the wheel, and we were thrown to the side.
There was a ditch there. I just flew over it.
An ambulance took Anna from the scene of the accident. She was in critical condition. The medical team performed a miracle to save her and her baby. But just a few days later, Anna saw the ghost of her late father again. After that encounter, she was almost electrocuted as she plugged in a brand new electric kettle.
I plugged it in, and I remember being thrown back. I looked at my hand and saw it was burned completely.
The young mother is convinced that her late father is trying to kill her from the other side because he abused her during his life.
We had intense arguments. I cleaned, cooked, and did my best. But he would just explode over everything I did and beat me.
He beat her badly, to the point of blood. He broke her nose, and she had severe bruises.
Anna is from a middle-class family. To support the family, her mother often went abroad to work, like most women in this area. She left Anna in the care of her father.
I always dreamed of leaving one day and never speaking to him again. Never.
But when her father was diagnosed with cancer, Anna cared for him until the very end. And even on the deathbed, the man continued to insult Anna.
His aggression was so intense that sometimes I just couldn't understand it.
But after her father's death, Anna fears him even more. When he was dying in the hospital, he asked the nurses to convey terrible words to his daughter. He said that she had to leave this world.
I can't explain why he would say that.
Desperate, Anna asked the psychics to help her stop her father's ghost.
I really want and desperately ask the psychics to help me.
Our project's most powerful experts, Zhana Shulikova and Kayal Alekperov, will look into the case.
My djinns are telling me today Anna will show us murdered children.
Her children?
I don't know.
What murdered children is the psychic talking about? Could it be a terrible prediction of the future?
Wait. She claims her father is trying to take her life. Perhaps he also wants to take and her children. But why? I'm completely confused. The cards say that we can avoid 2 deaths when I see a boy with a cross on his heart.
Anna has 2 children, right? Maybe it's about them. But who is the boy with a cross on his heart?
Strangely, just as the psychics mentioned the mysterious boy, Kayal Alekperov noticed the sunlight from the window.
Zhana, don't move! I see the image of a woman.
Is it a spirit?
I don't know. She glows like an angel.
That can't be. Angels only come into this world to save those they protect. Could that be Anna's guardian angel?
I don't know. But she's saying something. You won't save the life while the woman looks into the window.
What woman?
The spirit says to me, you will see her when the words ignite.
Anna greets the psychics alone. At their request, her husband took their children to the family friends.
Hello.
Come in.
Hold the cards, please. So strange. The card of jealousy. It was because of this feeling that your father took his anger out on you.
What? What is that supposed to mean?
Your father was jealous not of you, but of your mother.
Yes, my father was jealous of Mom.
Did your mother cheat on him?
No.
At that moment, the cards showed me that his jealousy was baseless. Anna's mother was a beautiful woman who was often the center of attention, and of course, she received compliments. This drove her husband mad. But what does this have to do with Anna?
My djinns are telling me that your father seemed to have tied your mother to himself. She was afraid to take even a single step without his permission.
Yes.
I'm having a terrible vision. He beats his wife right in front of a small child. In front of your eyes, Anna.
Yes. He would beat Mom badly. It all happened spontaneously, like something inside him snapped. Even though I was a little girl, I still remember it like it was yesterday.
Anna says that because of her father's jealousy, her mother didn't even dare to get a job. At the same time, the man earned too little to cater to all the needs of his family, which, besides Anna, also included 2 elder sons.
They often argued because of that, and besides, he drank heavily.
My djinns say that at some point your mother couldn't take it anymore and left.
She went to Italy.
Anna's mother sent money to the family every month. She left her sons and daughter in the care of her mother. The grandmother lived with her son-in-law and grandchildren until the children grew up. The mother rarely visited home.
She always tried to make sure we had everything we needed.
He took his anger out on you because you looked so much like her.
Yes. He saw Mom in me. After Mom left, he took his anger out on me. He would even say, "You're just like her." He was very aggressive.
When I ask my book why your life is in danger, it says that the reason is some dead woman who is related to you by blood.
I don't understand.
My book told me that the deceased woman was bound to the world of the living. She couldn't leave. And it seemed that Anna's father was talking about her when he said, "She has to go to leave this world." The man must have seen her spirit before he died.
She visited him before his death.
Yes.
Anna recalls that shortly before his death, her father indeed behaved strangely, as if he was talking to a ghost. But back then, Anna attributed everything to his condition.
He would wake up screaming in the middle of the night. I often noticed that after he fell asleep, he would start talking to someone. Who was he talking to?
I tuned in and thought, who is the dead woman? Why can't she leave this world? But at that same moment, I saw a strange silhouette walking from the gate to the front door of the house.
It opened by itself. I'm terrified.
Oh, God.
The gate opened, the flower pot fell, and the door opened by itself. Chills ran down my spine. I didn't know what was going on.
At that moment, I saw the woman again. The same one I'd seen earlier that day.
Is it a spirit?
She glows like an angel. Said she needed to be Anna's guardian angel, but she couldn't. If only I had known it was connected with one of the bloodiest homicides in Ukraine's history.
Do you mean you see the woman who wants to become a guardian angel for Anna?
Yes, but for some reason, she can't. My book said Anna should have 2 guardian angels, but I only saw one behind her. The second angel was supposed to be the woman whose spirit appeared to us. But she can't fulfill her mission for some reason. Could this be one of your relatives? Often, higher powers endow the souls of deceased people who are worthy of becoming angels, with the mission to protect their loved ones.
Can you describe this woman?
She's young and looks very much like you, and she says her name is also Anna.
Grandma.
Your father's mother?
Yes.
She's holding her hands like this. And doing it, she's lying under a stone slab.
Yes, a slab killed Grandma. She was working on a construction site and a slab killed her. She was young. My father and his brother were little when the slab killed her.
I've never seen anything like this in my entire practice. Why can't Anna's grandmother become an angel? We needed to find out.
She's attached to something, to a place she can't leave no matter what she does.
Exactly. She says she also has very little time now. At that moment, I realized that Anna's father had seen and spoken to his mother's spirit before his death.
But why can't Anna's long-gone grandmother become an angel? And most importantly, how to help her? The psychics decided to tune in to the energy of the house.
What did you see there?
A shadow.
At that moment, I saw a man's silhouette in the mirror. And Anna also saw him.
Quiet, quiet. Get some water for Anna.
I saw the shadow of my late father. He was watching me from the mirror.
I couldn't understand why the spirit of Anna's father had come at this particular moment. Are you feeling better? Anna's father comes to this house because he feels guilty. Only after his death did he realize how much he had wronged his daughter.
He's asking you for forgiveness and wishes to protect you. That's why he appears when you're in danger.
Anna's life was in danger. Living without the protection of one of your guardian angels is like finding yourself in a room full of viruses when you have no immunity. The end could be rapid.
I'll put a protective spell on this bracelet. It will protect you while we investigate. We still had to find out why Anna's grandmother, who was supposed to be her guardian angel, was still bound to this world.
To find out, the psychics went to the place where Anna's grandmother died.
Jano, what are you looking at all the time?
I saw the spirit of a little boy looking out the window at me. He gestured for me to come up. I felt that it was definitely connected to our investigation. I'll leave you for a while.
I'll work here. Call me if you need me.
I decided to read the cards to understand how the boy was connected to Anna's story. The cards said that the spirit of Anna's grandmother couldn't pass on to the other side because of him. The dead woman. She seems to be bound to this place.
Meanwhile, Kayal Alekperov sensed the spirit of Anna's grandmother.
She says, I have to help the boy, and only then will I be able to protect you.
Is that my son?
No, it's not your son. Your grandmother's spirit says that the boy is locked in something like a room and cannot get out. He's like a prisoner. And your grandmother is the one who must help him. This is the mission that was given to her by the higher powers. Only after this will she be given her wings.
This is incredible. Is the boy that Jana Shulikova sensed the one that Anna's grandmother's spirit has to help?
It was no coincidence that the boy's spirit was sitting right by the window, and it was no coincidence that it was from there that he called me. Some woman was holding him there. God, it's somewhere here. Hello. My name is Jana.
I was shocked. I just couldn't grasp what was going on.
This is Elena, the owner of the apartment. A young mother, she and her family have lived here for over 5 years. She says that things are constantly happening in her house that simply make her hair stand on end. Someone otherworldly never takes their eyes off her, and sometimes she sees the ghost of a little boy.
I often feel that someone else is walking around. Sometimes shadows move. It feels like someone is just watching you.
Elena has called a priest here several times, but it didn't help. Nor can she sell the apartment. Whenever potential buyers step inside, they refuse to buy without even explaining the reasons. But what exactly is going on here?
Can I go inside to take a look? I sense dead people here. You shouldn't spend here a long time, let alone live. My God. When you sleep, you're like dead. Have you seen yourself dead?
More than once. Just 2 weeks ago, I had the most recent dream in which I was stabbed 3 times during the night. I felt like I was dying.
It was no coincidence that the owner of the apartment was shown this dream with the murder. But at that time, I had no idea what it all meant, and how this whole story was connected with Anna and her guardian angel. I don't sense that anyone in the apartment was engaged in magic or occult rituals. But the cards said that someone had imprisoned the spirit of a dead boy here. and he's desperately trying to get out of the apartment. But who is the boy, and how is this possible?
What is really going on in this apartment? Why is the spirit of a little boy attached to it? And how is Anna's grandmother connected with this?
Your grandmother's spirit says that she can't leave the boy, but I don't understand what exactly connects her with him. Are you sure you don't know who this boy is? Have children ever died in your family?
I have no clue who it could be.
I didn't understand anything at all. To figure out what to do next, I decided to perform a ritual. As soon as I started, a woman approached me.
This woman had been watching the work of the Azerbaijani clairvoyant for a long time because she had her own question for him. 20 years ago, her 8-year-old son was murdered here, and she still doesn't know how and why it happened.
Hello. My name is Tatiana. My sister lived here in this building, and I left my son to spend the night at hers. And my son died here. He was stabbed. I wish to know the truth. What happened here, and how did it happen? Why? For what? I don't know anything.
Wait, you are the woman that the spirit of Anna's grandmother was talking about. You came when I was performing the ritual. I have to find a woman, and I will only see her when the words ignite. My jinns told me that the dead boy would lead us to the truth. So there is a direct connection between the tragic death of this boy and the things that are happening to Anna. But what is it? I have a picture in front of my eyes. I see a fair-haired boy of about 8 years old. He's smiling. Then I see a knife in his heart. Is this your son?
Yes, Yura.
Tatiana says that her son died because he was stabbed in the heart. The boy's body was found in her sister's apartment.
My book says that someone was punished for the murder.
They're in jail, but did they really do it? And if they did, then why?
Tatiana told us that 2 young workers who were renovating the apartment next door were detained and found guilty of the brutal murder. However, she does not understand if it was really them, why they took the boy's life so cruelly.
They were renovating the next door apartment.
At the trial, the mother asked the young men only one thing. Why did they kill her little son? However, the culprits denied their guilt. All these years, Tatiana has lived with the thought that her son's real murderer may actually be free.
At that moment, Anna felt ill. And by a strange coincidence, it was just when I realized that there was a connection between her and the murder of the little boy.
Bring water, please. I'm trembling all over.
In the next episode, the outcome of the investigation will shock everyone. Love between the worlds of the living and the dead.
A woman held him, and she's not from the world of the dead. She's alive.
The unbelievable investigation goes on. For the first time in the history of the project, an angel asked the psychics for help. The clairvoyants will uncover a gruesome murder that shocked the entire nation. In the previous episode, a young mother from Ukraine, Anna Vovkovich, asked the psychics for help. She's living under the constant threat of death. The psychics found out that all this is happening to her because she lives without the protection of one of her guardian angels. Anna was supposed to be protected by the love of her late grandmother, also Anna, who for some reason cannot fulfill her mission.
Something's holding her here. She's bound to this place.
Anna's grandmother worked at a construction site and died as a result of an accident. A concrete slab killed her. When the psychics Jana Shulakova and Kayal Alekperov arrived at the scene of the woman's death, Jana Shulakova saw a dead boy in the window of a residential building.
I saw the spirit of a little boy looking out the window at me. He gestured for me to come up. Can I go inside to take a look?
It turned out that the owner of the apartment is also suffering from the influence of otherworldly forces. Elena is on maternity leave. She spends most of her time at home, where she constantly sees the ghost of some little boy.
He won't leave.
It's unbelievable, but at the same time, Kayal Alekperov, who is working at the scene of Anna's grandmother's death, also starts talking about the dead boy.
Because of the little boy, the spirit of your grandmother can't become your guardian angel. But I don't understand what exactly connects her and the boy.
Suddenly, a woman approached the psychic. Her name is Tetiana, and her 8-year-old son, Yura, was brutally murdered in this building.
He was stabbed here.
As soon as the mother started talking about the murder of her son, Anna felt ill for no apparent reason.
Bring water, please.
Anna, are you any better? Can we proceed?
Yes.
The spirit of your grandmother says that not only your life is in danger, but also the life of a boy. He's fair-haired and looks to be about 5 years old. His name is Roman.
That's my grandson.
It turned out that apart from the son, Tetiana also has an elder daughter, Christina. 6 years ago, she gave birth to a son, Roman.
Your grandson is in mortal danger, and you also feel it.
It turned out that the woman has been having nightmares of little Roman falling into a grave. And a few days ago, when the boy was playing inside, a snake almost bit him. The boy's grandfather saved him.
He says, "Thank God I saw that snake."
The family still does not understand how a steppe viper ended up in the building, in the very center of a city.
I need to talk to my colleague. She just went that way. Wait. Was your son killed in one of the apartments in this section of the building?
Yes.
I've got to work there.
Tetiana brings the Azerbaijani clairvoyant to the apartment 81. This is where Jana Shulakova entered minutes ago.
Jana, this woman's name is Tetiana. She says that her little son was brutally murdered in this apartment.
My God.
Elena is simply stunned by what she heard. After all, she couldn't even imagine what happened in the apartment that she bought a few years ago.
I was shocked.
So, was it your son who brought me here?
Yes. He was stabbed in the heart.
Elena says that she has dreams in which she's killed with a knife.
I had a dream in which I was stabbed 3 times during the night.
The murdered boy's spirit tried to reach at least someone through a dream, to tell about his murder and the secret that won't let him go to the other world. I decided to tune in to the day of the murder, to understand what keeps the boy's spirit at the place of his death. Wait. He's wearing a shirt. A white shirt with a floral pattern.
My son.
I hear murmuring of voices and see him hiding. He's squatting behind the curtain like this.
He tried to hide.
He thought they wouldn't find him.
Tetiana still remembers finding the body of her little son in her sister's apartment. The mother left little Yura to spend the night at his aunt's, but when she came for him the next day, she saw him dead by the window, covered with a blanket.
He lay on the cot, covered completely. That's how he was lying there, poor soul. We called the police. I don't remember what was next. They took me away.
I was 5 years old. I couldn't imagine that someone could stab my brother.
There's a very young woman here. God, she's disfigured beyond recognition.
My sister, Lesa.
This is horrendous. It turns out that not only Tetiana's son was murdered, but also her only sister.
Lesia was covered with the couch like this with its back. I raised it and 21 stab wounds.
At that moment, I saw a baby crib, and in it was the bloodied body of a little girl. She's a little over a year old, and she has 3 stab wounds on her chest. A toddler.
My sister's daughter was in her crib. She was a year and 6 months old. Olya had 3 stab wounds. My Yura only one right into the heart.
There's a body over there.
Her husband, Slava.
A young couple and 2 little children were murdered in this apartment.
I just sat there stupefied and stared. 4 coffins. Here is my cousin. And there are my brother, my aunt, and my uncle.
It's a nightmare.
My God, I can't.
The clairvoyant faints in front of everyone.
She let everything she saw pass through her.
I can't be here anymore.
Let's go outside, into the fresh air.
I'm so sick.
Somebody call an ambulance. Jana, hold on.
The ambulance arrived in 10 minutes. And at the same moment, Anna also felt ill.
I feel trembling and I think I'm about to faint.
Come back to us. You hear me? She's just numb.
Call the doctor.
Jana Shulikova and Anna are taken to the ambulance. The investigation is on the verge of collapse.
Jana gave Anna her protective bracelet. But even that didn't help her.
The doctors provided the necessary aid to Anna and Jana Shulikova, and an hour later the clairvoyant decides to continue the investigation.
Jana, we need to go back to the apartment. But I believe it's dangerous for Anna and Alina to stay there. Besides, I can only tune into the boy through Tetiana's energy. Alina, could we do it?
Yes.
Then let's go.
It's strange, but when I tune into this murder, I don't hear a single word except for the baby's cry. How can that be?
They were deaf-mute.
And all of them?
Olya, their daughter, could hear.
Even though Slava and Lesya had been deaf since childhood, little Olya was not hearing impaired.
My sister was deaf-mute. She wasn't born that way. Her eardrum got ruptured when she had an ear infection.
By a strange coincidence, Tetiana's little son was also born deaf, despite she and her husband having perfect hearing.
He had 4th-degree deafness, but they gave us a device. He could hear a little with the device.
A silent scream still echoes within the walls of this home. None of the victims could even call for help.
The boy. He shouldn't have been here. He died only because he happened to be here.
Tetiana still blames herself for leaving her son with her sister that day.
He came home from school with a cough and feeling sick. So I took him to see the doctor. We arrived in the city to see our local doctor. She listened to him and said that it was bronchitis and recommended putting him in the hospital. I wish I had done as she said, but I refused.
The woman says that if she had listened to the doctors then and put her son in the hospital, she could have saved him.
Instead, we went to visit my sister Slava and Olya. Lesya loved Yura very much, so she said, "He's sick, so let him stay with me. I'll give him the medicine. Why would you take him back to the village?"
If only Tetiana had known that her decision would take her son away from her forever.
He really wanted to stay here. It still hurts me that... Why did I leave him here? Just why?
Now I see that evening, 2 young men. They enter the apartment. The door is willingly opened in front of them, and then the blade of a knife flashes. The husband was murdered first.
Look, it's the trial. Those who did it are punished. I see them take some jewelry.
Yes.
After the investigation, our project's detective, Katerina Malachenko, found the case materials. And what they read is simply stunning.
Hearing the crying of the 1.5-year-old toddler, who lay in the crib in the middle of the room, the culprit saw gold earrings in her ears and decided to kill her and take possession of them.
But I sense that for the murderers, the baby girl's earrings were too small a gain. So they took everything they could from the apartment.
Immediately after the murder of the baby, a gold ring with a gem, the gold wedding ring from the hand of the woman's corpse, a gold pendant, a bottle of vodka, a bottle of liqueur, and 6 bars of chocolate were taken from the apartment.
When Tetiana found out who was found guilty of the brutal murder of her loved ones, she was shocked because she knew those young men well.
I would feed them?
The murderers?
Yes. Whenever I came here to visit my sister and help her cook, they were renovating the next-door apartment at the time. I felt sorry for them as they had no time to eat properly. So I brought them food there. I didn't know they were such monsters.
I don't understand what drove them.
Yes, it's the most important question.
They seem to be out of their minds, like under the influence of something.
Does this mean that the 2 men killed a young couple and 2 defenseless children so brutally because they were in a state of alcohol or drug intoxication? This is simply mind-bending. Both murderers of the family were sentenced to life in prison.
Then I said that I had lost everything and that I didn't need anything. I simply howled at the cemetery as a wolf every day.
Later, the woman gave birth to another son, but I saw that his birth was just an attempt to bring back Yura.
It was really it.
Because of the grief she experienced, Tetiana turned into a living corpse. She can't recall 4 years of her life after the tragedy at all. She had no feelings, no desires, no emotions, only memories of Yura.
I was just a body without a soul. Whenever I opened the closet and saw his clothes in it, I would weep.
Tetiana says that it's hard not only to come to terms with the death of your child, but also to continue living after that. After her son's funeral, Tetiana even offered her husband a divorce.
He resented it and said, "What do you mean?"
Only thanks to her beloved husband could Tetiana survive her loss. And only 4 years later did the couple decide to have another child.
Since he was a boy, I wanted to have another boy. And it so happened that I became pregnant with Bodan.
My djinns say that your son doesn't even come to you in dreams because he's stuck in this apartment.
Your son's spirit is here. He's looking at you and showing a strange gesture. Like a cross. Like this.
Deaf-mute people communicate with gestures. It means I love you.
He's showing that he loves you.
This is the boy that the cards showed you at the beginning of the investigation.
We can avoid 2 deaths when I see a boy with a cross on his heart. And this gesture is similar to a cross. But whose 2 lives do we have to save?
It was about the lives of Anna and your grandson, Roman. This is all about your son.
A child like him should become an angel because he's little. He was murdered brutally. But he's still here. Why won't he leave?
My djinns are telling me the boy must find peace near the yellow flowers.
What color are the flowers on his grave?
Yellow.
We need to go to the cemetery.
However, Elena, the owner of the apartment, can't go with the psychics due to some personal issues.
I have nobody to babysit.
Elena, don't worry. The boy's spirit won't harm you. We will do everything to release him as soon as possible. Here are the yellow flowers. The boy's spirit has to say goodbye to you here. Your son must receive wings. He must become the guardian angel of your grandson. This is why little Roman also finds himself in danger all the time. His angel was supposed to be Tatiana's son. But because the boy is attached to the place of his death, he can't do this.
Both Anna and little Roman had the same problem with their guardian angels, who for some reason couldn't protect them.
Your grandmother will only become an angel when she helps Tatiana's son. This is her mission, after which she will be given her wings. But we need to find out what is keeping the boy in this world. Just a moment. My jinns say that all this is happening because of the woman who bound the child to the window.
And that woman is you. You, Tatiana.
I see a picture of you standing under the windows of the apartment where the murder took place and staring into them. You constantly do this.
Yes.
And every time you call your son.
Yes, of course I called him. I came here every day. Every day I cried, talked, and asked for forgiveness.
Your son's spirit doesn't bear a grudge against you, but your love is holding him back. He keeps standing by the window because he knows that you're still coming to call him. Because of this, he can't become an angel, and this hurts him. Anna's grandmother is supposed to help him, and therefore can't protect her granddaughter. And Alina sees terrible dreams and feels an otherworldly presence in her apartment. Maternal love is the strongest feeling, and it is what keeps the boy in this world. After all, Tatiana has not yet accepted her son's death. She can't let him go.
I felt sorry for Mom. She cried so bitterly. She would get hysterical, and we had to calm her down. We gave her injections to help her keep herself together.
The connection between a mother and her child lasts even after death. They feel each other, even being in different worlds.
You keep him attached here like he's tied with a rope. Let go of the rope and let him fly.
We have to summon the boy's spirit to show him his grave. And only at the grave can I perform a ritual so that he can finally pass into the afterlife. Are you ready?
I am.
Now you have to call your son here for the last time. Tell him how much you love him and say goodbye.
Yura, my dear boy. Forgive me, son. Don't be mad at me, my little sunshine. I let you go. I wish you to be well. I release you.
Your son can finally go to the other world. Now he has wings.
My soul even feels lighter now.
Now he will visit you in your dreams, just as you hoped. And your grandson will be under protection.
Thank you so much for helping me.
Anna, now your grandmother can finally become your guardian angel. And Alina and her little daughter will not be afraid of their own home because the boy's spirit has gone to heaven.
I'm so incredibly happy. I just want to rejoice.